This video is based on the price prediction and technical analysis of Nasdaq 100, which we also refer to as UStec. And what we normally do is start off on the monthly chart and work our way all the way down to about the H4 chart. And yeah, before we get into the actual technical analysis, I just also wanted to remind you guys that earnings season started last week, and to those of you who aren't exactly sure as to what it is, essentially what earnings season is a period where the various listed companies on the various stock exchanges release their earnings and results, and this will have an impact on the price movement. And so we need to be careful in terms of our buying and selling, especially for the next 2 months. Anyway, without wasting any further time, guys, let's get straight into the actual technical analysis. And as I said, we are indeed on the monthly chart, and on the monthly chart we can see that we actually have this area over here, which is a very strong level of support at this point in time. And previously I did say that in the future we will indeed see the market come down to that level, because it's a very important psychological level, and that's where a lot of institutions such as banks and insurers will be looking to add to their buy trades, right, or rather add more buy trades, right. So I'm just going to mark this area, which is over here. It's a very important area. And what else do we see, guys? At this point in time we can see that the current month's candlestick is rather bearish. However, just bear in mind that it hasn't closed. Anyway, from here I'm going to head down to the weekly chart. However, before I do so, I think I should also mention that the next very important area is over here, which is also a very strong level of support, and it is quite possible that we may see the market from where it is move further down to that level. I'm just going to mark it too, because it's also very much important. Just bear with me. Let's see. There we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. Right. And also let's see, what else do we see, guys? I'm just going to utilize Fibonacci as well, just to see if that level actually aligns with any key numbers that we may have in regards to Fibonacci. Let's see. Now I don't see any key levels, so I'm just gonna delete this for now. Anyway, let's head down to the weekly chart, and here we are on the weekly chart. And remember, or rather just to recap, remember that on the monthly chart we spoke about this level over here. We said that it's a very strong level of support, and that in the future we will see the market actually come down to this level to test it, and a lot of institutions will be looking to buy at this point. To add to that, we also spoke about how we have a very strong level of support here, or rather, yeah, it is support here. Anyway, let's continue. What else do we see, guys? Let's just zoom in a bit, and we can see that the previous week's candlestick closed as a bearish candlestick, and this is an indication that we may possibly be getting ready to see the market move further down to at least test this very strong level of support. What else do we see, guys, in regards to the weekly chart? I don't see much really, but I also want to point out that we had this candlestick over here, right? And this candlestick, if I can just draw it, is a liquidity candlestick. It's a bearish candlestick with a small body and a very long lower wick, and it tells us that at the bottom where that wick ends, we actually have a lot of money there. Hence we saw the market actually move further down to that level to actually grab that liquidity at around that level or so, right? I hope what I'm saying makes sense. Anyway, from here I'm just gonna head down to the daily chart, and here we are on the daily chart. Let's just zoom in and see. I'm gonna start off by adding my daily channel as I usually do. Just bear with me, guys. Let's see. And more or less there goes our daily channel, right? There we go. Let's see. And just remember that, guys, we need to ensure that whatever drawings that we do add to our charts are as close to perfection as possible, just to ensure that ultimately when we do execute, our execution is also pretty much accurate. Just bear with me. There we go. That should be right. There we go. Right. Anyway, here we are on the daily chart, and on the daily chart we can see, let me just actually zoom in. On the daily chart we can see that the market had given us a double top over here, and it's actually an overextended double top, where that first leg is much higher than that second leg, and it has a neckline more or less at this point. And the structure had started, in my very humble opinion, here, right, we saw price going up, giving us that structure, and then coming down to close pretty much in line with where it had started. So the structure is complete as it closed pretty much in line with where it had started, and we can just disregard it at this point in time. However, the most important thing in regards to the structure is the fact that we have, if I can just mark it, we have this level over here, which is a very strong level of resistance at this point in time. So I'm just going to add my resistance level, just bear with me, right? There we go, there we go, there we go. And what this means is that if we do indeed get a reversal, we may potentially see the market move all the way to this level, and at this level we may again get a bounce to the bottom side, right, depending on how things go on that particular date, right? But as I said, guys, this structure has played itself out as it had started here, went up, gave us the M structure, and then closed pretty much in line with it, with where it had started, right? But what else do we see in regards to the daily chart? Let's see. We can also see that we have another very strong level of support here, right? We have a very strong level of support here. To add to this, right, we can also see that we may be getting ready to see a reversal, and that is because of the number of rejections. Just bear with me. Let's see. That's because of the number of rejections we've been seeing here, and there, right? To add to this, remember that price is at a very strong level of support, and we have reason actually to possibly consider looking for buy opportunities to around that level, right? And that is because, remember guys, number one, we have, as I said, first rejection, second rejection, and a third rejection, right? And we may see price move up. Number two, price at this point in time is at a very strong level of support, and we've had a first rejection there, second rejection there, and a third rejection there. Again, this points to price possibly moving further up to that point, which is where we have that very strong level of resistance. And at this point again, we may potentially see a reversal of sorts, right? To add to this, another thing that I also want to mention is that remember that whenever we have these, let me just zoom in, whenever we have these double tops, what happens quite often is that traders and investors sell at that level, right? And they place their stop losses just above here, right? So we have a lot of money stuck here, we have a lot of liquidity there, and as much as I'm saying that we may potentially see the market move to that point and then potentially at that point again move further down, it is very much possible that price may totally disregard this level and move all the way up to that point to grab all of those stop losses, right? Another thing that I also want to point out is that we have another liquidity candlestick here, right? This bullish candlestick, it's also carrying a lot of money here, right? Yeah, so there is plenty of scope for the market to, from where it is, actually move further up to first this level, and secondly that level over there, right? I hope you guys can see that. Anyway, from here I'm just going to head down to the H4 chart, and let's see what's happening on the H4 chart. I'm just going to zoom out a bit, and let's recap, guys. Remember that on the bigger time frames, right, we spoke about how just bear with me, how we had multiple touches, just bear with me, multiple touches there, right? And at this point we may see price move further up. To add to this, we spoke about how we have multiple touches here, right? And that we have a very strong level of support here, right? So there's plenty of scope, as I said, for the market to move further up. Anyway, let's zoom in and see what's happening on the H4 chart. On the H4 chart, I'm just going to start off again by adding my channel. Just bear with me. Let's see, H4 channel. And in regards to the H4 chart, we can see that we are in a strong downward trajectory or downward market. And let's see, guys, let's zoom in again and see what's happening, right? The most important level again is this level over here, right? This is a very important level, and remember that I said to you guys that we may see price bounce off of this level, right, only to move further up because it's a very strong level of support, right? However, having said that, there's something that's very important that I want to show you. Just bear with me, and that is that remember, guys, that yes, we are at a very strong level of support over here. To add to that, we have a W structure here, right, as well as here, right? So what this means is that again we have a lot of money stuck here. We have a lot of money stuck here at this level, and we may see price move that down to that level to grab that money, right? And that is because again, right, when we have W structures, right, remember, traders and investors buy on the second leg and they place their stop losses just below, right? So all of their stop losses are located here, right? I hope what I'm saying makes sense. So after this W structure, people bought there and added their stop losses just below that level, right? The ones who bought here, seeing that W structure, added their stop losses just below again, right? So just to go back to where price is, just bear with me, right? Everyone is anticipating that price is possibly gonna just move further up from where it is, right? But due to the fact that we have a lot of money stuck below here, right, in addition to the fact that we have this candlestick over here, which is a liquidity candlestick, and it is carrying a lot of money at that level, right? The anticipation, as I said, is for price from where it is to move further up, but it is quite likely that we will see price do a last stop hunt, possibly to this level, and once that is done, we may potentially see the market give us a W structure somewhere there and then move further up, possibly. And remember, guys, that I'm just speculating and I'm showing you what may possibly happen in regards to Nasdaq 100. And yeah, that is it as far as my analysis goes.